Hi gals, this is Kristen, and this is actually going to be my 32 and my 33-week update. The last couple of weeks have just been absolutely crazy, and I didn't get an update done last week, even though I really wanted to. And this week I was hoping to do an update from the fairgrounds, but that hasn't happened. So this is actually like Friday evening, and I'm trying to do the last bit of wrap up, and I wanted to go ahead and get this video done for you so that I'll be able to do another one next week. But I'll talk to you guys like a little bit about what's been going on. So it is fair week for my kids. I've definitely gotten some sun walking around the fairgrounds all week long. I've gotten way more than 10,000 steps pretty much every day. I don't even have my Fitbit on right now because it decided to die on me tonight, so it's getting charged. But yeah, it's been crazy because we have 5 kids of 4-H age, and it's exhausting. We weren't able to borrow a camper this year, and there just wasn't the funds to rent one. So we've been going back and forth, which gets really exhausting. It means I can't sleep in at all. Though fortunately, I'm not the one doing the driving to the fairgrounds, which is really good. I'm so grateful for my husband. But yeah, there are some things that are nice, like being able to sleep in my bed at night. There are other things that are not so nice, like the fact that I can't sleep in, I can't lay down and take a nap, I can't do this, I can't do that. Fortunately, we have friends at the fairground who, for the past couple days, they told us just come over to our camper, and they have, toys, Duplos, rocking horses, games for the older kids to play. And so that's been really nice. I really feel like the last couple of days have been, I just was able to take a break with my little ones. But anyways, so let me talk about pregnancy stuff going on. So I did have a prenatal appointment last week. So I had my 32-week appointment, and everything was good at that appointment. The baby was in a really good position. So the baby's back was to my left side, so over to this side, and head is definitely down. And I want the baby to stay like that. I feel like this week the baby's been mostly that way. I haven't actually felt the baby because I haven't had time to just lay in my bed and palpate to feel. But based upon the fact that I'm mostly feeling kicks and things on this side, I felt like the baby is still in that position. Today I'm not sure. I've just been so tired. When I was talking with my friend at her camper, the baby was moving, but otherwise, we're on the go so much. The baby will probably start moving later tonight because I won't be moving, so the baby will wake up. But yeah, I just got a kick there. But I still feel like probably the baby's in a good position, and I would like the baby to stay in a good position. I've definitely done so much walking in the past week. I have an appointment again next week because I'm doing appointments every 2 weeks now. I'll be interested to see, what does the scale say? I've tried to eat really well. The only day that I did badly was yesterday, which was auction day for the kids. So for those of y'all that are not in 4-H, that's the day that kids who can do market projects take their animal to auction, and it's literally like an auctioneer talking really fast, calling the auction, and they auction their animals off to a buyer. And we had 3 kids who were auction age this year, so we had meat chickens, a lamb, and a junior beef, which is a beef calf, go up for auction. All 3 sold for pretty good prices, so that's good for the kids. But auction day is crazy, and it was crazier than it should have been, mostly because of the meat chickens, because I didn't realize everything that we needed to have. We needed to have a cage and a wagon there to pull it through, and I just didn't realize all of that. But apparently it was in paperwork that never got to me from a workshop that Scott took Brennan to, and Brennan should have brought me the paperwork because I'm the one who keeps track of all that stuff, but I was at a birth or something. So anyways, yeah, so that was really stressful that morning, and we had to take Brennan over to get pictures taken because the kids all get pictures taken, and he needed help because he's carrying a chicken, and his meat chickens were actually reserve grand champion, which means that they were the second best. I guess that's kind of second place. So there's this huge banner that has to go with them and be in the picture. So he needed help to do all that. So, we're trying to get the cage for the chickens and get the pictures taken and, get there on time, get all the animals taken care of, then these pictures. And we didn't have a cage, so Scott had to run to Tractor Supply and buy a cage because it's 5 minutes down the road and our house is 30 minutes away where the cage was. And so then he's running back and it's just all madness. And then I'm in the auction ring and I've got, and that morning, so yesterday morning, actually, I dropped Scott and the older kids off and I took our two youngest with me to Walmart to buy stuff for buyer's gifts, which that was really my fault. I should have organized the buyer's gifts sooner, but it just didn't occur to me. So much has been going on. So that was like a mad dash and then get back and do all those pictures and everything. So then auction's starting at noon and I'm in there, watching the auction, watching how Brendan's doing, but I also have to watch who the buyer is so that I can show him whose hands he needs to shake and who he needs to give the buyer gift to. And then Asher's lamb is up for auction. And so I've got to do the same for Asher and then, go across to the big arena where the cattle are being auctioned for Cassidy's and then helping her figure out the buyer and everything. So when all was said and done, like we started auctions at noon and I think it was around 4:45 or 5 when Cassidy's was done. And so like during that entire time, I didn't really eat much. They want to keep people in the auction ring. So they actually have 4-H kids come around with like basically dish pans full of snacks like trail mix and but the trail mix is probably the healthiest option and it's like cheap trail mix too. It's all kinds of junk food to keep people there like potato chips and stuff, just eating and snacking. And so I had some snacks but no real meals. So last night when I got home I felt bad and this morning I felt horrible. So today I actually packed like a lunch bag that we had full of snacks so I could carry my snacks with me because we usually don't bring the cooler with us when we're walking the fairgrounds. And I packed enough snacks to have a snack like every hour and a half just to get that protein and salt and, those nutrients back into my body after not really eating well yesterday because I could definitely tell. So anyways, other than that, I've done well with the fair. I planned, we had breakfast at home and then I'd planned a morning snack, lunch, and afternoon snack, and then we've come home for dinner, and I've done really well with that. So yesterday was really the only really stressful day. I've walked a lot. My feet are really sore. My hips are doing really well, which is really great. I was constipated a couple weeks ago, which I remember telling y'all about. I've been having the opposite problem for like the last week, which is definitely inconvenient when you're trying to walk around the fairgrounds. And I've also had heartburn. I think I can't remember if I said on the video before, but I've been like waking up at night sometimes with some heartburn and like feeling burning in my throat. And I'll usually get up and like burp a couple times and it'll be gone. And the burps don't sting at all. So my midwife, I told her about that at my appointment last week and she had recommended taking a probiotic before bed, which I did. And I think that actually helped with all of that, but I'm not sure if that's what contributed to loose bowels. And so I stopped taking the probiotic and now the heartburn is back. It was really bad last night, but again, I think it's because I ate so poorly yesterday and then when I got home, I just needed something, so I had peanut butter and milk pretty close to going to bed, which I think is not a good idea. So anyways, I want to start the probiotic again and probably will do so tomorrow night because tomorrow is the last day of the fair. I don't have to go back on Sunday. Scott and the older kids will go back. So, I'll probably start that Saturday night because I'll be home and I might start with like half of a capsule because sometimes it works better if you build up because I do want to get rid of the nighttime stuff. So, so physically, aside from the heartburn, I've been feeling pretty good. I'm really tired because Fair Week is a huge thing. And we have 2 clover buds, so those are kids too little to show in market class, but they took pack goats. And so in a way, they're almost more stressful because they just take so much more parental involvement to help a clover bud. It's like an older child. They have to do their own thing. And if they don't do well, it's really on them. But with the clover buds, you have to do everything. And actually next year Galen will be Galen's first market year, and it'll probably be a lot, us too, because it'll be his first year in market. But as they get older, we had a 12-year-old, 14-year-old, and a 15-year-old this year, so they needed to do it. And they did really well. So like I said, Brennan's Chickens, that's our 12-year-old, got Reserve Grand Champion in market class, which means based upon the bird, like what's the quality of the animal. Cassidy's junior beef was first in her weight class for market and fourth overall out of 40-some steers, or junior beefs, baby steers. So that was pretty exciting for her. And then she also did really well in showmanship this year, in both 4-H showmanship and in open class. So that was really exciting. She did second place for showmanship in 4-H and third place in open against two young ladies who are arguably like the best showmen at the fairgrounds. So she was pretty thrilled with that. To come in third after them is a pretty big accomplishment. So Asher did, he did okay. His lamb was pretty small this year, and I feel like he was messing with his hair in the ring a little bit too much, but he improved for his second show, and the judge acknowledged that, so that was really good. So all the kids had a good year. All the animals are sold, and I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders to be able to rest from, just from the preparations for Fair Week and actually having Fair Week done. And next week I'm looking forward to resting. I won't be able to rest too much. We probably will sleep in. I'll probably sleep in on Sunday because I don't have to get up early. I'll let Scott and the older kids get up early. And probably let everybody sleep in on Monday. But then we're going to work towards things because we're just taking next week off, and then we're starting homeschooling. And I've been working on a lot of organization for homeschooling. That's actually what I did the week before the fair, mostly, was work on a lot for homeschooling. And I'm working on a new class for my website on postpartum and like feeling great physically and emotionally as you work on, being a new mom, like throughout your baby's first year. So that I was working on everything for that class. That class launches actually next week. So registration's open for it right now. I know it's kind of crazy to register during Fair Week, but it's like I wanted to run the class before this baby comes. So I needed to, get registration open because it's a 4-week class. So anyways, I've been working on homeschool stuff and organizing everything for that class. So next week I'm going to start teaching that class. Finish up homeschool organization, which I've got some ideas for how I want to do things differently. And then we're going to start homeschooling the week after next for our 2017-2018 school year, because I really want to get, a few good weeks in before the baby comes, because I can work out kinks in those few weeks, like with the schedule and hopefully with attitudes and with setting solid expectations for this year. And then we can take a few weeks off for the baby, which will also neatly, thank you to the Lord, coincide with the fall festivals, which we celebrate. So Yom Kippur and Sukkot and Feast of Trumpets, which is actually first, Rosh Hashanah. So anyways, we'll be able to kind of take time off for those and the baby and then get back into school. But hopefully, we will have worked out all the kinks. And there will be a few kinks because we'll have taken a few weeks off, but it won't be what we're starting with now, which is coming off kind of a rocky homeschool year. And I've gotten a lot of ideas and done a lot of research to try and change that. So anyways, so next week is like kind of my down week, and then it's just kind of hit the ground running. But I actually really enjoy homeschooling planning, and I enjoy homeschooling the kids. So it's not, and I enjoy Fair Week, but it's not the same stress as Fair Week. So we will, I'll be able to do that. And the big thing with that is that I'll be able to plan for the baby. So speaking of the baby, I'm wearing my dress right now, so I am going to show you my belly. Sorry, the sun came out from behind the clouds. But I also wanted to show you, I went to Goodwill to see if I could find jeans for the boys for the fair. And so I looked at the baby stuff, and I found a couple baby things. So these aren't new, but they're new to us, and I thought they were really cute. So we're Detroit Tigers baseball fans, especially my boys and Scott, even though they're not doing great this year. But I found this little onesie, so I had to get that. And I figure, you know, if the baby's a girl, we can put a little orange bow in her hair or something, and that would be cute. And then this one is, you know, because we don't actually own a tractor, but this one's, you know, being a farm family, you always like the John Deere stuff. So I thought that one was really cute too. And I love this one because it's a t-shirt. The other one's a onesie. And it's a bit of a bigger onesie, so it'll be like the summer before the baby wears it. But this one's a t-shirt, which I like when you're ECing babies, which we use elimination communication, because the t-shirt, you know, onesies get in the way of ECing. They're cute and practical. So it's fun to find a t-shirt too. So I also got, I didn't bring it in here to show y'all. I'll try and remember to bring it next week. But I also got another gift off my baby shower registry, which was a little, one of the little changing mats that you can put the diapers in and stuff, and it just makes a nice little package. I got one of those, I actually think I ended up putting a couple on the registry because I thought they would be good to stash in each van. But I got one, and it just showed up. Nobody put a gift tag in it or anything. I know that I didn't order it, so if you happen to be the person that ordered it, you know, you could shoot me an email and let me know so that I can give you a thank you. But at least now I'll say thank you to whomever sent it because it's really cute, and I'll show it to you next week. I think I'm going to have the kids haul the baby diapers and everything down this week out of the attic, so I might even be able to pack it and show you guys a little packing thing and be able to show you more of like baby preparation because I'll be doing that. I bought straws at Walmart when I went and got the buyer gifts, which is an important part of the birth kit. So anyways, I'm definitely ready to really prepare for the baby. You know, the only big thing on my mind right now is I really want to get a Mai Tai carrier because you can back carry young babies with it. And I want to practice that to get ready for attending births again in December because the baby will be 3 months old then. So I still need something that can back carry a really young baby. I usually start using the Ergo on my back like with the baby about 5 months old. And then the other thing is I really want to get a car seat for the little van. I'm not certain if I'm going to be able to get the one that I want or not just because of price. But I think I should be able to get a baby seat. We need another baby seat for that van for sure. But we'll see what I end up getting. Those are the only two like big baby purchases that I need to make. So, you know, I'm praying that the funds are there. And I'll be able to get those because we have, you know, we have everything else, and it's like stuff like this is just fluff. And like when you get it at Goodwill, and I got it on a green tag day too. I haven't taken the tag out yet. That meant that it was 50% off, so it was like 50 cents. But you know, a car seat you kind of need to buy new unless you know who you got it from and you know they didn't have any accidents and when they bought it and everything like that. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm definitely ready to start getting baby stuff ready. I will feel much better. Like this, I had to shift my camera because of the light because I'm recording in the evening. I usually don't record in the evening. That's my bathroom there. But that corner over there that you can usually see is where I always set all my baby stuff up, and I want to get that stuff sorted out, and I want to get diapers down and get them washed. My friend, actually the same friend who we've been able to hang out at her camper, she's got a pretty big diaper stash for her 2-year-old, and she's told me that she'll pass some of those diapers on to me because she bought them all new for this child. So, and a lot of them she outgrew pretty quickly, so I'll be able to use those for our baby, which is cool because we have a lot of diapers, but like especially if this baby is a girl, a lot of the girl diapers are pretty worn out because they've been through 2 girls now. The boy diapers are probably better because they only went through 1 boy, but she says she's got a lot of gender neutrals, and her baby's a girl, so her toddler's a girl, so she's got girl ones if this baby is a girl, and lots of gender neutral ones too. So, and you know, in the end, I guess a boy baby doesn't really care if his butt's pink. either, though she may have another friend with a girl that she wants to pass the girlfriends on to, or the girl prints onto. But yeah, I want to get diapers and all that stuff ready. So that kind of thing's on my mind. And hopefully next week I'll start at some of that and be able to talk to y'all. Or maybe when we get the boxes and stuff down, I'll start showing you how I sort out the clothes and get them clean. And like, I'll definitely give you a sneak peek into how I organize everything. Like kind of getting ready for the birth, because like I said, I'll be 34 weeks soon, which is crazy, which means that very soon I'll be 36 weeks, which is the home visit, and I like to have pretty much everything ready at that point except for some little projects that I want to keep me busy in the last few weeks. And I'll start preparing freezer meals too. Probably not next week, probably the week after. And so I'll talk to you about that too, doing like a few weeks or a few meals a week, doubled, or sometimes I quadruple for our family. Anyways, to put up in the freezer. But I'm at 20 minutes now, so I'm going to show you my belly. Again, I can't lift my dress up because I don't have on any shorts underneath it. But I'll show you my belly. And then next week, hopefully I'll remember to put on something so I can actually show you the belly without a dress. And I haven't really gotten all that many comments during the fair, a couple, but not too terribly many about my belly and how big it was. So I've gotten a couple about, oh no, you don't look that big at all, but I feel like I do look pretty big, but not too big. So that's the baby belly. It's definitely sticking out there. And with that, I will talk to y'all next week.